When it comes to getting better rest, it's easy to fall into the mindset that we need to add something. We need to add a new routine. We need to add a supplement. But over the course of about 10 years, starting shortly after I turned 40, I realized that what helped me more was taking things away. There are 4 things that I gave up after 40 in order to get better sleep. And one of them was more of a mind shift. But I'm going to talk about what 4 things I gave up and what happened when I stopped chasing energy and started honoring my limits. Now, the first one, I'm a little embarrassed to admit, I had to discover this one by accident. In my 20s and into my 30s, I drank caffeine pretty much throughout the afternoon and didn't seem to have any problem sleeping. And I always worked at places where there seemed to be some kind of soda run that always happened in the middle of the afternoon. And I really appreciated that mid-afternoon pickup to get you through the slump and get you to the end of the day. And I did start to notice that I didn't sleep as well on the days that I worked. It was a very fast-paced environment, and I felt like I was just having trouble letting go of things at the end of the day. Then I switched jobs, and it was a different environment. It was a little bit slower pace, and there just wasn't the constant time pressure like what I had had before. And I did notice I started to sleep better. But another thing that I didn't put together is this workplace didn't have that mid-afternoon soda run. It just wasn't something that people normally did. Then something happened. I had a day like a lot of parents of busy high schoolers had. It was a Saturday, and we had a sporting event to the north, and then we had a band festival to the south. And going from one event to the other, I had a glass of iced tea. And that night, I was wide awake. And I realized that it probably wasn't the job switch that was helping me sleep better. It was the fact that I wasn't having caffeine in the afternoon anymore. And it really makes sense. For a healthy adult, the effects of caffeine are going to last about 5 hours. Everybody's a little different. Some people clear it faster, some people clear it a little more slowly. But as we get older, we do tend to metabolize caffeine more slowly, which means it stays in our system longer, and therefore we notice the effects for longer. And that's what was happening with me. My metabolism was shifting, so what worked for me when I was 25 wasn't quite working for me at 45. Now I just have my morning coffee, usually 2 or 3 cups, and then I'm done for the day. So not only am I not having caffeine after noon, I'm not having caffeine usually after about 7 o'clock in the morning. So that's the first thing I had to let go of. Caffeine in the afternoon, and really caffeine throughout the day. Now the second thing I had to give up, it's kind of hard for me to talk about. Alcohol is a tricky subject for a lot of Christians, especially evangelical Christians. Many of us just don't drink alcohol at all out of conviction. But for some of us, and this is the category I tend to fall into, I don't have a moral issue with the occasional drink of alcohol, as long as you can do it responsibly. But I still feel like I'm not supposed to talk about it on the internet. But anyway, I would have the occasional glass of wine. Alcohol might help you fall asleep faster, but you don't sleep as well. Your sleep quality is diminished, and you're more likely to wake up through the night. I just feel like there's more and more studies coming out that are linking alcohol to not so good things. So personal convictions aside, if you're having difficulty sleeping and you have a drink in the evening on occasion, try cutting that out and see if that helps. So number 2 was alcohol. Okay. You know that I had to talk about this one at some point in this video. I'm going to talk about screens. We knew 30 years ago when I was in pharmacy school that staring at a screen before bed interfered with your sleep. It interfered with your circadian rhythm. That blue light shining in your eyes signals to your body that it's daytime and time to be awake. And when I was in pharmacy school 30 years ago, when we talked about that, we were just talking about watching TV, which is several feet away. We really didn't even comprehend the concept of a phone or a tablet or even really a laptop really close to our face. It's hard for me too. It's so easy to tell yourself you're just going to look at one more thing. I'm just going to scroll Instagram one more time, or I'm going to look at Facebook, or let me just check this text. I have had to be disciplined with this one, but I really think it helps. And I've just made a rule, unless it's a text from somebody really important to me, like my children or a very close friend, I just don't look at my phone after 9 o'clock at night. And so number 3, with screens. And if you want to learn more about how hormones affect our bodies in midlife, including how we sleep, I wrote a free ebook. I'll put the link in the description. The fourth thing I gave up after 40 to improve my sleep might sound a little strange to you, but it's a mind shift I had to make. It might not apply to you, but it certainly applied to me. I had to stop thinking about exercise as something that I did to lose weight or burn calories. And hear me out. I realized I was falling into a trap of thinking exercise was something that had to be kind of all or nothing. And like the rest of you out there, I'm busy. I have a lot to do. Even though I'm an empty nester and I have more free time, I have a full-time job and I still have responsibilities and I still have things to take care of. And so I felt like if I was going to take that time out for myself to exercise, I needed to really make it count. And I had fallen into a mindset that to maximize it, I needed to either run, or if I was going to walk, I needed to walk with a weighted vest. I needed to really take a lot of time. I needed to watch my pace, watch my heart rate, burn as many calories as I could. And for me, that all or nothing mindset sabotaged me because I started to think if I didn't have time to do that full-on workout, then I wouldn't do it at all. But that's not what we really need for health. Exercise is important for our whole selves. It is more than just something we do to lose weight. It is something we do for our mental and emotional health. And the recommendations for exercise are 150 minutes a week, and it can just be walking. And usually the guidelines say 30 minutes 5 days a week, but every little bit counts. If you get out for 15 minutes a day and walk in the sunshine, that helps you. It helps you mentally, and it's probably going to help you sleep. And if you can do it in the morning, that's even better because that gets that sunlight in your eyes in the morning and it just helps set the rhythm for the end of the day. Yes, we need to eat right and we need to do our best to stay at a healthy weight, but our worth is not determined by our weight. And we can steward our health better if we just look at exercise as something that we do to stay healthy and to help us sleep better and just to help us enjoy our lives more. That mind shift helped me a lot. Hopefully it'll help you too. So for number 4, I didn't give up exercise, but I had to let go of the concept of exercise as a weight loss tool. If you found this video helpful, would you consider liking it? It helps other women find my channel. On this channel, I talk about how our health connects with our faith and how that connects to all of life. So in order not to miss my future videos, subscribe to the channel and stick around to watch the video that YouTube thinks would most appeal to you.